the agenda and when I requested to the Public Request Act, there's a lot of problems with the way you guys handle the bylaws. You know, and I do just one simple one. It's like the secretary. He said there's nothing written in your minutes or your agendas where you have an assistant secretary. So you have to take a, for me to believe the board and keep trusting the board that you guys are actually reading the bylaws and then putting them to use on the board, how do these types of things happen? And that's something that I think that if you guys read the bylaws, read them, and I understand they're hard and everybody works, and I hate to say it, but you guys aren't volunteers, you guys are actual city agencies and charters, so you have to start taking these positions more seriously. Okay?
Okay, thank you for your comment. Moving, any other comments? Just for clarity, I can't speak for anyone else, but I have read the bylaws. Yes?
I think they're perfect. I don't think no changes should be added to it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just a matter of an appointment to the committee, but just for formality, and we'll do this hand vote because it's not really necessary. We're going to appoint Jeff as the chair of the bylaw committee, and I'm going to also serve, and others. Andy will also.
Okay, and then we'll send out, we're aiming for probably after the new year, just because with the holiday schedule and everything. So we'll definitely give people enough time to do that. We'll send it out a little bit earlier than we normally send out our agendas for our subcommittees, just so people can schedule that, because it is a specific and then a different meeting. I think there'll be some people interested. And if we get it all resolved in one meeting, that's great. We don't have to, it's an ad hoc committee, so we can form it and dissolve it as needed.
So we've already created a committee, and I think it can just be a matter of an appointment based on what I read in the bylaws that are in front of me. So let's move on then to item number 11. And Daniel, I did bring a copy of that letter that you were interested in having us act on. I don't think we're going to do it today. It's a discussion item only. But let me see if I can bring it. Here it is.
So the point I'm bringing up is there's something called the Master Plan Development Ordinance. It's also known as the MPD Ordinance. And we were recently approached by the Southeast Asian Community Alliance to provide a letter of support opposing this Master Plan Development Ordinance. So just to give a breakdown of what this will do, the MPD ordinance will make it easier for really large-scale developments that are 3 acres or more to kind of speed through the process. And it went through planning, and it's now at the Planning Commission. It hasn't gone before City Council, but it's something that might eventually trump our queue conditions. We're not exactly sure. I can't say that for sure. But it seems like that ordinance, the MPD ordinance, might overrule the existing queue conditions and any changes we have for queue conditions. And it might even allow large developers to buy a bunch of different property that's adjacent to each other, and then through this MPD application, tie all the lots together and do one huge project that is expedited. It's my personal opinion that this wasn't vetted properly through the city. A lot of community groups that do kind of community development work had no idea this was happening until it was going before the Planning Commission. So I know we're not going to take a vote for it, and I actually didn't want to take a vote tonight. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention that this ordinance might actually make it much more likely that huge developers could come in and buy up a bunch of adjacent property and do these very big projects. And if there's a map that they put out under this MPD ordinance, and Alicia Valley is one of the places that's highlighted as likely to see this kind of development through the MPD ordinance. So that's something that we should be thinking about because it's coming up soon, early next year, before the Planning Commission. But related to a lot of these issues that we're talking about, it might give developers a chance to come in, do huge projects. Like I said, 3 acres or more, We're not really sure what the full impact is. So I think I'll put it for the next meeting. I believe that's what I'll do, but to have a vote on that. Right, okay, so yeah, just... Yeah, so in terms of what it means that this will allow big developers to expedite, it means like they don't have to do the environmental impact reports, they don't have to do any conditional use permits. It'll basically be like a carte blanche for big developers, not